Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about secrets. And no, this is not the kind of secret that your parents will tell you that your hamster ran away when in actuality it died. This kind of secret that I'm talking about is a good one. And what I'm talking about is AWS's Secret Manager service. It is a service that protects important information that your application uses, such as credentials that you use to connect to a database, credentials that you use to connect to a third-party website, or anything else that your application uses that has sensitive information that you don't want anyone else to know. If it isn't obvious to see how useful this could be, let me start off by showing you an example of an application that has something in plain text which is very bad. We don't want secrets out and about like this example I'm about to show you right now.
Okay guys, here's the example that I mentioned that was pretty bad because it has the credentials and database endpoint in plain text. You can see here's a simple Java application where I call it plain text connection, where it's going to connect to a database and then do this simple query to get the current database and print it out. So let me just go ahead and just run this real quick. You're going to see that it says it was able to connect to the database and that the current database that it's logged into or connected into is called demo1. So you can see here that it's using these variables user or URL, user, password, and you can see these variables are up here. These are in plain text. Now these do get replaced with these other variables here from database class, but the issue is that it's in plain text, which is bad. You are letting the secrets out, and that is a big no-no. So now, here's where AWS Secrets Manager comes into play. So if you go to your AWS dashboard, click on Secrets Manager, we're going to go ahead and create a new secret. So click on Store a New Secret, and it's asking you for the type. And my previous example, I was actually connecting to an RDS instance that I have in AWS. So for the secret type, I'm going to leave this default here. And this is going to ask you for your master credentials to connect to your AWS RDS instance. So I'm going to go ahead and enter mine here. For the encryption key, you can leave this default. This works just fine. And it's going to connect, or it's going to list out your RDS database instances that you have. So this is the only one that I have. Just going to click on this, and as an FYI, these credentials here have to be the master credentials to connect to this. So click on next. You can give your secret a name. I'm going to go ahead and call it AWS Secrets Example, and the rest is just fine. Just click next. So we can go ahead and scroll down and click next. And now it's asking you if you want to finalize it. And this is a great thing. This actually has sample code that you can literally just copy and paste into your code, and this will get the secret that you have stored. So before we copy that, let's go ahead and click on store, and you'll see now that it's been successfully stored. So if I refresh this, you'll see that I have this AWS Secrets example over here. So if you click on that and you scroll down, you'll see the source code again. So what you want to do is essentially just copy this and paste it into your application. Okay, now I'm back into the code, and I actually have some quick updates that I did that I'm going to go over briefly. You'll see now I have another method called Secrets Connection. The one that I ran before was plain text, where all the information was in plain text. This Secrets Connection is going to be calling the getSecret method that we copied from AWS. So if you remember here, we have this code here. I just copied that, pasted it here. I did one slight modification, which is I made it from a void to a string, and in the code at the end I am returning either the secret or the decoded binary secret. So this is going to return the database credentials as a JSON string, and what's going to happen is it's going to be assigned to this local variable, and then here I'm going to basically create these user or the URL user passwords using the secrets, and then this is going to connect to the database, and it's going to do the query, and it should display the same database that we saw before, which was demo1. So let's go ahead and give this a test run. And you can see here it got to this line, which means it was able to connect to the endpoint, and it was actually able to display the same database name that we saw in the plain text. And so as a just FYI, as I mentioned before, this will be returning those RDS credentials as a JSON string. So this secret string variable is going to have this format here. So you can see here it's going to have a username field, password field, engine field, host field, port field, DB name field, and DB instance identifier. So all I did was just convert that to a JSON object, and using the JSON object, I'm able to extract the host field, which is going to get the database endpoint. I'm going to extract the port, the DB name. I'm also getting the username and password, and I have all of that information to actually connect to the database. So again, the great thing is that this is not stored in plain text in your code. Before, with the plain text example, you had the variables in the code, it had to have the endpoints there, so it's plain text, which is bad. And that's it. It's extremely simple. Now there's more features that AWS Secrets Manager has, and you can see that here on this screen here. But I wanted to go over a simple demo that shows you how you can use AWS Secrets Manager in a powerful way for your application. But in this video, I just wanted to show you a basic example of how to use Secret Manager, so I just wanted to keep it short and simple. However, if you do want to see those other features being demoed, please leave a comment down below, and then I can get to work on that for a future video. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out my video. I do appreciate it. If you actually think this is useful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.